The closer we get to Innistrad Remastered's release date, the more it looks like this set is going to be a flop. So what exactly has gone wrong with this set? Well, in today's video, we are going to talk about what went wrong and the dilemma faced by Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast can try as hard as they like to recreate Time Spiral Remastered, but chances are, as many of us have seen in the last few remastered sets, it just doesn't translate every time. Welcome back, everyone. mtgnews here. Thanks again for hanging out with me on my channel today. And yeah, we're discussing Innistrad Remastered because there's a lot of information now coming to light that players would probably like to hear about, and we're going to discuss it in today's video. Now, number one, there's only two products here. We've got the collector box, and of course, we got the play booster box. There is no official pre-release event, although many stores are going to be holding mini draft and pre-release events their entire weekend. I know many stores and players are looking forward to these types of events. Now that's the hype, the buildup of a set like this. We've got Edgar Markov, we've got multiple versions. I've done a couple of videos kind of covering this. You can go back and look at those. It doesn't really pertain to today's video about the fact that the low sales are really starting to mount up, but it is something. If you want to go back and see those, you can check out my other videos. Just type in mtgnews and Innistrad Remastered. I'm sure you'll find all of them. Now, let's get on to something serious here. With those two products being the collector box and the play booster box. Now, I gave you guys a little bit of information last week talking about how the collector boxes are doing pretty good. But those sales really slowed down now, next to nothing. Play booster boxes, next to nothing. Okay, stores, nobody had pre-orders. I know all the stores I deal with, we have 4 pre-orders in total. That's really bad. Players are just going to crack packs. They're going to show up and buy individual things. Most stores didn't order more. The small stores anyway didn't order more than like 1 case of play booster boxes and a case of the collector boxes. That's all they asked for. That's it. That's the end. Now, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't mean by itself that that product's going to flop. That isn't what it means. It means the stores do not have a lot of faith that they'll be able to move that much product on their own dime. Remember, they're footing the bill for this. They don't think it'll have enough of an oomph in the set to clear the product that they're going to have on their shelves. That's a bad sign. If the stores don't believe in it, then it doesn't matter how hard distribution tries to push a product like this. That's a dilemma faced by the distribution that will be passed back to Wizards of the Coast, saying, guys, this isn't going well now, unlike what we had with Time Spiral Remastered. I love that box design. I still like it to this day, even though I hated the price point of every remastered product. I have to give props to how they designed the Time Spiral Remastered box, the retro frame artifacts they put inside there. It drew a lot of interest at the time, spiked the price above $500. Things went insane. And Wizards of the Coast has been trying to have lightning strike twice and recreate that event. Now, unfortunately, this has not really panned out. And as much as we'd like to say that the other remastered products have done well, you can still find Dominaria Remastered boxes everywhere. You can still find Ravnica Remastered everywhere. They're just not that big a seller after the release date goes by. And as Wizards of the Coast looks at this and sees that they don't have tons of orders coming in and nobody's asking for a restock, if anything, you might hear a little bit of pushback and growling because some players I know canceled orders on Amazon and other things. They've already canceled. They said after they saw all the spoilers of the cards and saw everything come out, they said, why am I spending money here? I can look forward to Final Fantasy, Marvel. There's some good secret layers coming up I'm interested in. And I'm just going to skip everything and go forward with those products. Any cool cards, I will buy the single if I desire it, such as an Edgar Markov style card. This is not something that Wizards of the Coast wants to deal with right now. And there's several reasons for that. Let's not forget that if they have to cancel a product line, if they cancel Brawl decks, if they cancel a Commander series, a Clash pack, whatever, if they cancel something, all the R&D, all the development time that was spent making that product, the people who worked countless hours, it's just gone. It's wasted. It's mothballed. That is a waste of time, space, and money that Wizards of the Coast would hate to have happen to a product like a remastered lineup because the cards already exist. They're basically just being reissued with new artwork. Now, there are probably a few small things that Wizards of the Coast could do to rectify the situation. The two major ones being either the price point of the product, bring it down, make it more affordable, which will make it more acceptable. The other thing is you could add brand new cards, recreate, just like we saw with Foundations, 50% new cards. You give a remastered product and you give like 20 or 30 cards, just a taste, just a little taste of cards that don't exist anywhere else. Brand new card mechanic ideas or whatever stuck into this set. And you can say it could be modern, playable, or commander, or whatever. You don't say it's standard because that wouldn't be fair, but other formats, and that's allowed to be played. And then anyone who skips out on the product, who misses it, doesn't buy it, it's too expensive still, then those people who want the taste can find it inside other premium products, which could drive further sales forward for a company like Wizards of the Coast to enjoy down the road. They're planting the seeds of success for 2 or 3 years down the road. That's a good thing for a company like this. But at the moment, the last thing they want to do is cancel something. They've already canceled a lot of their lineups and fixed a lot of things. Remember the Jumpstart whole thing? It just went so badly for the company. Nothing got sold. Stores still grumble about Dominaria, Jumpstart boxes and stuff. They don't want to deal with it. So that leaves us with a couple of options. And those options are probably not the best thing, but these products, they're under scrutiny, aren't they? They're being judged. They told us to only dive into the products that we enjoy, that we want to get involved with. And that means that we ourselves are being very judgmental of the products and where we decide to spend our limited budget on this hobby. Lots of amazing cards out there. And unfortunately, unlike Pokemon, we can't collect every single one. We're going to go for the ones that we justify as something we can enjoy. Guys, let's look at this as a whole year. And you only have $2,000 to spend. Let's just say, you're not putting a lot of that into Remastered when you've got like Final Fantasy, you got Marvel, we got Dragonstorm, we got other products that are more interesting, not to mention some products that were really good that passed by, right? We've got products like we just saw with Bloomborough and Duskmourn. Those products did well. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. Now, these products may not be the hottest selling things ever, but they still did considerably better than many other products that Wizards of the Coast has given us in the last little while. This is the whole dilemma faced by the company. The scrutiny they're under, the price point, which is why Aether Drift is going down to 30 packs. It's going to trick your brain into finding it more acceptable. And we'll talk about that in a few future videos, but we're not going to cover it all today because we're just looking at it. As an actual product line, I still think Remastered has a lot of legs. I think it is a good product. I think the way they put it together and mash it for players who have never seen it, well, that mashup is a successful lineup that is only being held back by the price and the overall hype and interest in that product lineup. I mean, the long-term effects of these products is they're going to sit on a shelf and they will slowly drift up in price. The good news is that if it's a very low print run, there is a chance these products turn around and become very valuable collectible things down the line for certain players who are into the Innistrad block and the idea of collecting these products long term. This is where stores will be able to offload things and get them off the books and move on to the next product. But those things can sit on the shelves for years. And that type of collectability, desirability doesn't always translate into players wanting to spend more money. But we've seen it enough times that there's enough of an interest that some of these products do go up. Now, as I've stated earlier in today's video, we know with Ravnica Remastered, it's readily available. We also know that we've got Dominaria Remastered everywhere still. Collector boxes do seem to be the product that is holding a higher price point as they lower the print run of the product, making sure there's not as much in the system, not as much lounging around on shelves, making you think it's just common everywhere. And the price point of those products also makes it a little bit more of a marquee kind of gold standard of a product for players to want to get into, knowing they got to pay 50 to 75 bucks a pack can really set you back a lot of money, which means not everyone's going to dive into it. And if you get the opportunity to get some cards from that, it may be a real boost to your ego, a bit of a flex if you get some cool cards and you're going to be happy with it. Like we saw with the Foundation boxes with all the anime art, like the Llanowar elves and stuff. There's a lot of players who love to show those off and say, look what I got. That can drive sales later on as well. And it's not something to ignore. It just shows that right now, with the availability of so many products that are still out there and the scrutiny that they're under, that chances are not all these things are going to move, and this is the one that is going to fail. Now, by failure, that's all taken in steps. I'm not saying it's going to be a colossal flop and go nowhere. I'm just saying a lot of players are not going to buy it. They're going to move on to the next product. And the players who do buy it and do indulge and have a good time playing it, well, those will be short-lived events. They will be your pre-release weekend. It'll be the initial couple of, maybe a box or two with some friends, maybe a few big whales opening up 7 or 8, 10, 12, 20 collector boxes, but then calling it a day as they sell the singles on the secondary market, satisfying the needs for those players to get some of the cards they're after. Either way, it looks like this is not going to work out well. I think the long-term health of remastered products is probably going to be brought into question by Wizards of the Coast with the declining sales, and it's something they're going to have to look at for the future. Maybe even lowering the boxes down to 24 packs and bringing that price point down could be a better thing for Wizards as well as the customer base. You guys let me know what you think inside those comment sections. I can't wait to hear what you guys are going to say. Thanks again for hanging out with me for today's video. A reminder, if you enjoyed today's content and you liked hanging out with the Moxman, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I do put out content every single day, and I love sharing these kind of conversations with the Magic players out there. So have a great one. Shop smart, shop smart. Have a taco on me, and we will see you guys all tomorrow. Hey guys, a big shout out and of course a fantastic thank you to my patrons, to my YouTube membership members for making this possible each and every day. What a journey and a story it is to be here talking to you each and every day, discussing Magic the Gathering, the financial side, the cards, the interest, and the mechanics of this game. If it wasn't for the patrons and my YouTube membership members, well, I wouldn't be here, so thanks again, everyone. It's that price point. That's my personal opinion. Welcome back to the ramble and the jamble. But this is what we're here to say. This is my opinion on it. It is the price point of these products. They are too expensive, and they don't justify that price by giving you anything truly unique to draw in the player. Yeah, some cool artwork card is going to get some players, but you need to get a lot of people. You need to get a whole interested group out there. You need to get stores involved in running events. You need to have this crazy stuff going. And Wizards has done nothing to bring this up. It's almost like they knew it wasn't going to sell that well. So they kind of put it in the backdrop and said, look, here it is. Are you going to buy it? And they left it there. The drop off in sales since the spoilers got all done is crazy. It's tanking down. I didn't want to put that in the main video. I don't think being that negative is going to help anyone. It's just a fact in this case. But what I do find interesting as well is that we have a product that is fun and well put together, but it's just too expensive. So when you look at Aether Drift at 30 packs, you can see them taking a remastered product down to 24. You can see them shrinking it, saving all that money, and driving home the fact that it's a lower price point and you can get some cool cards. I can see them doing it, so can you. Shrinkflation is everywhere. My favorite bacon, my nachos and cheese, everything's being drawn back and the price ain't going anywhere. That's not how they're going to do it. That's not how they're going to play it, kids. It's not how it's going to be. Either way, thanks again. Thanks for being here. I have no coffee. I have no water. I got nothing but me, some tacos, and the need to get some sleep. So thanks again, guys. Have a great one. I got to get up early for some log stacking. Yes, actual wood stacking and manual labor stuff. And I will see you guys soon. Have a great one. Enjoy the day.